Well, hello everyone, welcome to our live Q&A. It's me, Phil, here in the Digital DJ Tips studio for Friday Q&A. It's our brand new open house. So we have Tuesday Tips Live, some of you will know, where we have a topic of the week. We've got a really great one coming up for you next week because I've got Nico from Mixcloud with us. And he'll be joining me to talk all about the new platform, which we are currently streaming on. So if you're joining us on Mixcloud, excuse me, then great to have you here. We're also live on Facebook, on our Global DJ Network, in our Facebook group, Facebook page, and also on YouTube. So wherever you're watching us, welcome. It's great to have you here. And it's exciting times for live streaming because all stuff's going on, isn't it? There's people DJing sets all over the weekend. We're doing one on Sunday night, Sunday evening in Europe, which will be Sunday morning in California. So do join Steve Canuetto from Digital DJ Tips for that live DJ set, which is at 5 p.m. London, which is midday Eastern. And we have this live stream from Digital DJ Tips, which is brand new, because I just want to throw the doors open at the end of a long week. It's 5 p.m. here. And just answer any questions you have about your DJing, your music, your gear, your techniques, you're playing out, you're promoting yourself, whatever it is. I'm here to help, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope. It's been a hard week, so it'd be nice to kick back. It'd be like going to the pub after work for a chat about DJing. So that's what this one's about. And it's just great to be here, especially under lockdown, right? So let's just head over to the chat boxes, to all your comments, and let's just start this off. And I'm here for as long as the natural length of this feels before heading home at the end of the week, in my case. All right then, let's go say hello to some of you guys and girls. I'm going to get rid of that countdown timer. It's done its job, and lots and lots and lots of comments coming in already, which is what, of course, I love to see. So thank you very much to everyone asking questions. Lots of you just saying hello, which is awesome. But it's questions that I want. So any questions, that's what it's going to be about. And the first question is from A Drum Journey, who says, "Hi Phil, I've got the Denon Prime 4. I just got a Scarlett 2i2. That's a digital interface that allows you to plug your audio output into your computer to live stream with. Am I best connecting it through the booth or the main?" Right, okay, so let's talk about live streaming for a second. I think we're probably going to get a lot of questions about live streaming today. So let's talk about live streaming. Let's talk about the best way of connecting your audio interface up. So this is going to be, I'll use the equipment we've got set up here to show you this. Let's go back to that. So, okay, when you want to live stream, there's a couple of things you need to do. You need to get the output from your, let's get rid of that comment from the screen. We know what the question is now. I'll get rid of that so you can see the gear a little bit better. So, okay, when we're live streaming, what we want to do is get the output from our DJ gear to our speakers, right? So we can hear it. But also we need to get it into a device to live stream from, because we need a device. It could be our phone, it could be our laptop, in order to get the music broadcasting out to the world. And that device will also have an input from our camera. So if we're using an iPhone or something, the camera's built into it, isn't it? But you don't want to just leave the microphone turned on, because that would sound rubbish. So you want to get the audio into the thing, if you like, whatever it is. Now, what our reader has got is a Scarlett 2i2 interface, which is a Focusrite interface. There's loads and loads of audio interfaces you can use. And what they do is they take the output of your DJ controller and they turn an analog output which you could plug into speakers, into a digital output that comes out on a USB, right? Or in the case of a phone, on a lightning connector or a USB micro, whatever it is. And that's what an audio interface does. And it doesn't matter what audio interface you've got, you have to work out where to plug it into your DJ gear, right? So one of the options, especially when you've got a controller like this one here, which has got a booth output and a master output, is that you can plug your speakers into the master output, as you normally would. I've got mine around here plugged into the master output, but you've also got a booth output around the back. And that means that you can plug your audio interface into the booth output. And that's great, because what that does for you is give you a separate volume control here on the top of the controller. So I can change the volume in my house, or in my case on my balcony where I live stream from, with this one, turn it up when I'm rocking it out, turn it down when I'm chatting away on the microphone. And this one here, the booth output, which has its separate volume control, I can use for the audio interface. And that's really cool, because you can get that to a nice volume that works on the audio interface, not too loud, not too quiet, sounds great, and leave it. And then it doesn't matter what you do with this one, it won't affect your live stream. So the question was, which one should I use for my live stream? And the answer is, it doesn't make a blind bit of difference. The real issue is, around the back, you might have different connectors for both. So use whatever leads you've got. We can't buy leads at the moment, can we? Because we're all in lockdown. So many little niggly things I want for the studio. A new mount for that camera, a new lead so I don't have to put an adapter on this lead so it doesn't wobble when I'm live streaming. And I've got a list of about 30 things I really desperately want. And guess what? Can't get them, because all the usual ordering isn't working. Our post office here is just piling up everyone's parcels and not giving out the slips that say you weren't in, even though we're all in. So we can't, you can't even get stuff in the normal post. Anyway, first world problems. But you know, you're probably going to be in a situation where you're trying to live stream with what you've got hanging around. So whichever one you can plug in, if you can plug your speakers more easily into the booth, use that for your speakers and plug your master output to your audio interface. If not, do it the other way around. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference. They're both essentially identical outputs. So I hope that helps you with that question. Let's go back, get some more. We're enjoying this already. We have live on Mixcloud. So awesome. Thank you, people joining us on Mixcloud. John on Mixcloud just says, is lockdown treating you well? Yes, it's all right. It's getting tedious, but yeah, it's okay. I can't complain. Nothing massive to complain about at all. My stepmom had a scare. She was in the COVID ward. They thought she'd got COVID-19 and she's in her 70s, but she's not. she's being picked up and sent home today. So, you know, there, but for the grace of God and all that. So we're really happy about that. But yeah, I'm sure lots of you have got stories that are far more, you know, far more desperate than mine. But no, lockdown's all right. Thanks for asking. Craig over on Mixcloud. Good to have you here, Craig, from our Complete DJ course. It says, what gear do you suggest if I have a DSLR with an HDMI mini, GoPro and a USB camera to switch between the three? Okay, so if you want to switch between the three, your USB camera will plug directly into your computer, so that's all right. Some software, I don't know if OBS does it, but I can tell you for sure that Ecamm Live, which we use, will let you plug a lot of DSLRs straight in from their USB. So you can have your webcam and your DSLR both working. With your HDMI mini, with your GoPro, you're going to need an adapter, or you can get hardware switches. So this is a live streaming question as well. Or you can get hardware switches where you plug them all in and plug one into your computer. So all of those things would potentially work for you there, Craig. So Steve, my business partner, says, I'm just testing a question in Mixcloud and it looks nice. It does, but I can't drag them on the screen from Mixcloud, not yet. We are interviewing the Mixcloud boys on Tuesday at 4 p.m. London, which is 11 a.m. Eastern this coming Tuesday. So if you want to hear all about Mixcloud Live and the plans for it, I've got an exclusive interview with them on Tuesday Tips Live. So come and join me for that. Right, let's get some more of your questions. And I'm just trying to find ones which are not necessarily about live streaming, because that's not what it's all about. There are other areas of DJing, of course. This one is from Keaton, who says, happy Friday, and to you, Keaton. Any tips for learning to beat match by ear? I'm struggling on which bits of the song to listen to do so. Right, don't worry about the bits of the song. You could almost learn to beat match with a loop. It's not about the bits of the song, it's about the beats of the song, literally the beats. The beats have got to line up. So I suggest you get 2 house records that are of a similar tempo, but not the same tempo. And that are long, get really long records. And when they finish, just go back to the beginning again each time. to learn to beat mix. The one trick I've got for you, if you're trying to learn to beat mix by ear, I will show you. I'm going to have to grab a pair of headphones to do it. This is all totally live, so stick with me. I'm just going to head over to our headphones bin. Believe me, we've got a lot of headphones in that headphones bin. And then let's go to the gear and I'll show you what I mean. So, okay, you're wanting to learn a little trick, you want a little tip. I'll take that comment off there again as well, just to clear the area so you can see better. So the one tip I would have is, so you want to load 2 tracks. So I've already got this one track here. I can see you can hear that. I can see that you can hear that, okay? So I want to load another track onto the other deck. So let's go find one. Let's go find another track. Let's load this one. So this is a slightly different track. And it's a slightly different BPM that I've just loaded. So I've got track 1 here. And I've got track 2 here. Okay? So they're the 2 tracks I'm going to be practicing with. Right, so here's the trick. Here's the trick. It's a very simple one. In your headphones, let's say you're trying to mix this track into this one. This track's already playing, and this is the other one. In your headphones, you want to set your cue. So you're listening to, I'm listening to the other deck now. Listen to this deck. And you want to set the speed of this deck all the way up. So you now know, and that's assuming you're not looking at the screen and cheating. You now know this track is definitely faster than this one. So I'm going to put the headphones down. I'm going to do all of this in the speakers so you can hear it. But normally you do this in your headphones to be making it sound nice for the audience. You're going to hear all the good and all the bad here. So I now know this track is definitely faster than this one. So I'm going to get this track to the beginning. I'm going to put a cue point at the beginning there. There already is one there that I can mix from. So I've got that cue point there at the beginning. Now I'm actually going to just make a little change to this because it's the way that I use the cue points, which is I like my cue points to not actually start until I'm ready for them to start. And this is set in a kind of pioneer mode at the moment where the cue points are starting and then continuing to play. So just for this demonstration, I prefer it the other way. So don't really worry about what I just talked about. Just trust me. See the cue points? I'm now doing that, which is how I like it. Okay, so this track's playing and we want to beat mix this one over the top. Let's give this one a chance to start. So what we're going to do is we're going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. We're going to count when the beat kicks in. As soon as that first beat kicks in, my beat grids are actually wrong on here, but that doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're always going to mix on that 1, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes the big beat. That's what we're going to mix on. So on this deck here, we're going to wait for a 1 and drop it in. Oh, that's clearly too fast, right? You heard that pull off too fast. So let's slow it down quite a lot. Let's do it again, back to the cue point. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a bit better. It kind of lasted a bit longer before it went off. Let's go down again, back to the cue point. That's getting close now. A bit more. You can hear every time it's kind of lasting a bit longer before it goes wrong, if you like. I mean, that's nearly there, right? So a bit more. And then this is the job. So when it's very close, we don't have to keep going back to the beginning. We can use the nudging to get it right. And that's the beat mix. But the key, and the thing I've just shown you is, the trick, it's very hard. When you're doing that in headphones, you've got this one in your headphones, you've got that one on your speakers, and you're like, which one's faster and which one's slower? It's like listening to a foreign language. You can't, there's too much to work out. And when you throw into that, literally, like, this track might need speeding up or it might need slowing down, I don't know. It's too much. So by speeding that track all the way up to the top and knowing that all you're going to be doing each time is taking it down until it gets right, till it gets right, till it gets right, till it gets right. You're taking out of the equation this worry about whether this is too fast or too slow. You know it's too fast, so you're only having to move in one direction to get your beat mix right. So I learned that from my friend John, who wrote the DJing Made Easy book, which is a book that I was the technical editor of for him. I think it's the best tip you can have for beat mixing. Always make sure one is definitely faster than the other. Now, of course, it's all on the screen. But the point is you should be covering your screen up when you're trying to learn to beat mix manually, because that's what vinyl DJs have to do. Okay, so anyone who's kind of like totally new to beat mixing, I hope that helped you. Apologies for everyone who's like, yeah, we know this, Phil, but this isn't everything. It's an Ask Everything session, so I literally will help you with everything. All right then, and I hope that worked, because live DJ training is certainly something that's got its own dangers, right? All right then, so I hope that helped you, Keaton. All right then, so Zach says, I just got my Denon SC5000 and I love the hardware, but I want to know whether I can get flexible beat gridding, basically. So flexible beat gridding is where if a song isn't quite the same beat all the way through, like it's disco or funk or rock and there's a real drummer and it's altering a bit, you know, being able to beat grid my tracks, so tell the software where the beats are, even though that's the kind of track it is. And is that going to come to the Denon system? Yes, it is. We spoke to them last week and they told us it is. So just bear in mind that you're going to have to wait a little while. But yes, it's on their roadmap and it's coming. So it's good news for you there, Zach. I can confirm that for you. All right then. A lot of people talk about Mixcloud. We're live on Mixcloud at the moment, by the way. If you're one of the very first people on our first Mixcloud live stream, great to have you here. Hi to DJ Rocket and hi to Big Cest. On Mixcloud, so and Big Cest is going to go live on Mixcloud tonight themselves and saying please wish me luck, so good luck Big Cest. Anthony says, yeah, but you've got to pay for live streaming on Mixcloud. Yeah, and your money's going straight to the people who made the music that you're playing. So look, £9 a month, yeah, it's not cheap. Some people are going to struggle to find that, but if you commit to the Mixcloud ecosystem, you upload your mixes there, you follow people there, you use it to find music and share music, and you use it to live stream, I'm sure you can get your money's worth out of it. But yes, you do have to pay. It's not free. All right then. So the next question that I want to pull out of that, hundreds and hundreds of questions coming in, so thank you very much. It's from Blake, who says, would you ever consider teaming up with, say, Crossfader or another DJ school to do a collab course? We actually did a collab video on DJ City's channel with Mojax, with DJ TLM, with Jamie from Crossfader. Just yesterday, I think he put it live, where we're all giving our one tip to go through, get through lockdown. So go and take a look at that. Hey, you know, everyone, this is a close-knit community. We're all friends in this game. Never say never for collaborations. You know, when they make sense, we'll do them. Obviously, we've collaborated with Layback Luke on a course, and we've got more collabs like that coming up with kind of big stars. So watch out for those. But yeah, man, who knows? Stranger things have happened. Right, okay, next question is from Keith, who says, when I'm trying to scratch, my hands seem to want to mimic each other at the same time. How do you train your hands to do two separate things simultaneously? So Steve, our scratch tutor, would tell you a very simple piece of information here. Your hands do two different things when you're scratching, as you know, Keith. And you cannot teach them to do those two things at the same time. You have to teach them separately. So your scratch hand needs to be taught to do that separately from your hand that's doing the cutting. And not only do they have to learn the different feelings, but they have to learn that you don't do these things at the same time. There is a gap between how you're doing this stuff, even on the simplest of scratches. So the way that Steve teaches it in our Scratching for Controller DJs course is there's a whole series of lessons on each hand, and then only then do you start to put them together and get the timing right. So break it down further, Keith. The worst way to learn scratching is to watch Jazzy Jeff do something and say, I can do that, and then try, because you are missing out about 50 steps. So that's the way, and I hope that's helpful, Keith. All right then, James says, Phil, I loved your balcony beats session. I really enjoyed it. Big up from Dublin. Will you be doing more? Yes, I think a week on Sunday I'm going to be doing another one, which is, for those of you that don't know, we've been doing, since lockdown, we've been live streaming our DJ sets, and I do them from my balcony. You know, I live just around the corner here, and we've got a lovely balcony. It looks out over Africa and Spain and the Mediterranean and the Atlantic. It's just priceless view. I just set my decks up outside there, which sounds awesome, but we're 13 floors up and Gibraltar's very windy, so there's a lot of wind. The cameras are wobbling, and you know, the microphone needs big fluffy dead cats over it just so you can hear me, but it's good fun. So yeah, that'll be again a week on Sunday. But join Steve this Sunday for his Digital DJ Tips livecast, where Steve will be broadcasting from his man cave, if you like, and that's going to be at the usual time, 5 p.m. London, midday Eastern. Right, okay, more questions. Lots of you just enjoying the advice so far, but that's really cool. I'm going to pull out this question from Dougie, who says the only trouble with using the booth output is that some controllers do not send the mic to the booth output. Yeah, that's very true. So watch that. A lot of them there's a setting, and often it's on one of the buttons. So for instance, on this controller here, you hold down the view button and you get this utility menu. And in the utilities, you can move down to the mic settings, and there's a send mic to booth. You probably can't see this because it's too small, but some of you on bigger screens will. So you can choose whether you send the microphone to the DJ booth or not there. And most systems will have that somewhere on it. I say most, not all. So yeah, good point, Dougie. Thank you for pointing that out. All right then, the next, it's lovely to see you all helping each other with answers to these questions. That's just so cool. It's what it's all about. So I've got Graham from Data Transmission. Hello, Graham, my good friend. How are you multicasting to Mixcloud as well as YouTube from that system? We're using Restream, Graham, so that's how we're doing it. All right then. I'm still trying to figure out the best settings in OBS. You're all live streaming. Look, let's just go with it, because how else can we DJ nowadays? So let's just go with it. Rudy says, I'm still trying to figure out the best settings in OBS to keep my audio video from glitching. I'm using my GPU to do most of the load, but I'm still getting some glitches. Use lower video quality. Try and set everything to 720, and that will help. It will also help with kind of getting it upline using the internet. Just try and set everything to the lowest video quality you can, is my advice, Rudy. And you can always move it up after that. All right then. Andoni says, hi Phil, thanks for helping us out as always. Can I use a GoPro to live stream? Yes, you can, but you'll need to get a HDMI to USB interface, and there's one called Camlink 4K by Ilago. So just search online for Camlink, C-A-M-L-I-N-K 4K. It's this little device that you plug your HDMI in one end and the other end's a USB, and that will get you using your GoPro to live stream from. All right then, Nikki says, I've had a few problems with live streaming on Instagram in regards to copyright. Any way around this? Yep, use Mixcloud. Seriously, it's the way forward. If not, you're gonna get slapped. Everyone is being slapped for copyright. There's no real way around it. All right then. NASA says, hi Phil. Oh, this looks like a lockdown problem. Hi Phil, we've just had our DJ equipment shipped abroad ahead of our move abroad. We're stuck in England with just our laptops and our gears over there. We've got Rekordbox 6 and no controller. Can we seriously make mixes using a mouse and keyboard, or are we kidding ourselves? Yes, you can. You can make mixes on most software doing that. I do a lot of my mixing at home on Serato Play, which is the Serato plugin that lets you do that. There are keyboard shortcuts for everything. Yes, you can. I used to mix years and years and years ago on Virtual DJ with my own setup of shortcode keys. Yes, it's totally possible to do it. And I will be probably doing a video next week about how to do that, actually, because a lot of people are in your position. So, Zoe says, can you bypass a sound card and use USB 1 or 2 from Denon gear directly to a computer? No, unfortunately you can't. You have to use an interface to get the music out of the Denon equipment and into your computer. There's no other way. Do you think other companies will do something similar to the Prime 4, says Lionel? Lots of things I'm currently missing on it. I think Pioneer will catch up at some point for sure. All right then, will Rekordbox force everyone over to the subscription service if we have full licenses from previously purchased kit? A lot of your previous kit will still work with the new Rekordbox. So if you bought, say, a DDJ, I think it's even some of the little ones like a DDJ 400 or an XDJ RX2 or an XDJ RZ, maybe even the original XDJ RX, they'll all work with the new Rekordbox. Not all the controllers that Pioneer have ever made will, but if it came with Rekordbox free in the box when you bought it, it should work. But on their website, there's like a big table that will show you. So the answer to that is kind of, depends. Lovely icon, lovely pic you have by your profile there of you DJing out that rather cool DJ booth that looked like a VW camper or something. All right then, can we find out that about the blanket license for legal streaming that Live 365 had in place for 15 years, says Tim. Yeah, if you find out about it, Tim, let us know. We'd love to know. All right then, so more questions. This is awesome. If you've just joined us, hit share, please. Hit like, hit follow and all that stuff. Hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber, because we're live just answering your DJ questions. I'm going to carry on going until the numbers on the stream drop to 0 or until I've run out of questions, whichever happens first. So it's me, Phil, here at Digital DJ Tips. And we're going to try and do this every Friday, as long as you guys and girls like it, in order that you can, I don't know, just hang out with us and get your DJing queries answered. All right then, so if you're on Mixcloud, especially if you're on Mixcloud Live, then say hello there and I will read your comment out. Hi to DJ Rocket there. Listen, if you wanted to join us on Mixcloud, you can just go to djtips.co. So just don't type in any wwws or anything, just djtips.co/Mixcloud and it will take you there. Check it out now. Come over there instead for fun. So yeah. Elliot says something quite rude. You're watching Phil Morse from Digital DJ Tips, answering any DJ questions that people have, Elliot. And if you have any, join in. If not, hey, I'm sure there's other things you can be doing with your time. All right then. Shireen says, could you explain the nudging on the wheels on the DJ gear when you were displaying, kind of showing us how to beat mix there? I only have turntables at home. Yes, I can explain this in 2 seconds, so I'm sure you'll bear with me, everyone else. So over here on the DJ gear, when you are DJing with a turntable, you have a real piece of vinyl on here, right? But on a deck like this, you haven't got a real piece of vinyl on here. So what happens is, the top of the deck is like holding your piece of vinyl on your record deck, right? And it gives you that scratch movement. But the edge doesn't. The edge is like, you hear that slowing down? If I turn the key sync off, you can really hear it slowing down. Or speeding up. You see? So that is like when you put your hand in the middle of the vinyl when it's playing and just go like this a bit to try and make it go faster or slower. And so a combination of adjusting your speed controls and nudging is how you keep tracks in time when you're manually beat mixing. And if you feel your tracks are slipping out of time in any kind of mix, you'll just nudge one of the decks in order to get them back in time. So that's what that is. Really simple. Thanks for the question, Shireen. All right then. Anthony says, I purchased a DDJ 1000 almost 2 years ago. I didn't like Rekordbox at all, so I sold it. There you go. What's a good next controller? I still have turntables, so I'm not in a rush. Well, it depends what you want. If you want a controller for Serato, then you could get the DDJ 1000 SRT, the Serato version. If you want something without a laptop, you could get like something like the Prime 2 that we were just looking at there. So it really depends on what software you want or whether you want to use a laptop at all, Anthony. So anyway, hope you got a little tip from me there on that one. Okay, more questions. A question for you, Phil, is with Tractor Pro 2 or 3, how do I assign a track to the not assigned area? I cannot answer that for you, D. Sanchez, over on YouTube, but I will get our Tractor expert, Steve, to answer that underneath your YouTube comment later on. All right then, so I'm scrolling down through all your questions. There's a lot of them there. Mike over on Mixcloud says, Mixcloud's working fine and dandy. The picture is really good, says Data Transmission Radio, my friends over there at Data Transmission. So that's cool. So you can see my messy hair. I do need to sort out this lockdown haircut very soon. You can see my messy hair in good HD quality over there. It's good to know. All right then. So I'm just looking. Here's a good question. DJ Wink India. Can we save the video live set on Mixcloud? I couldn't watch back my set. No, it disappears once you've finished. But if you're using OBS or another piece of software to broadcast to Mixcloud from, you can hit record in that software and then you've got an archive of the recording there. All right then, Timothy says, I just took a class with Ian Golden on DJ Tech Tools, which was great for Tractor users. Yeah, Ian is the indisputed pioneer of all things Tractor and always has been. So I'm glad that you found that class cool. Hello, Tech Tools people, if you're watching. Good to always good to hook up with you guys. Hi to Dan over at Tech Tools. All right then. David says, I am currently enrolled in the Scratching for Controller DJs course, which is the one we were talking about a minute ago. All the lessons so far are using jog wheels. Should I be looking to exchange my NS7 II for a controller with jog wheels? No. If you don't want to use motorized turntables, just turn the motors off and it's exactly the same. But, scratching is done on turntables anyway, so you've got the best of both worlds there, David. You could pretend you're using record decks or you could use them just like a controller. So no, definitely not. Your NS7 II is a great controller. All right, then. I'm scrolling down and down and down. Rocking Stuff says, can you explain why iRig Stream won't work with my Android phone? I've got an iRig Stream under the desk here, which if I pulled it out, it would take the whole broadcast off the air, but I can certainly put it up here and show it to you. This is an iRig Stream. It's a little audio interface that we have the music from here plugged into, and we also have our speaker plugged into it so we can hear what we're doing, and this end is going off to our computer so that we can broadcast the audio from all of this live to you guys and girls. And the problem that Rocking Stuff has is it's not working with their Android phone. So why? Could be all kinds of things. They provide a lead to plug into the phone, don't they? So you could try launching the application on your phone that you want to use with it before plugging it in, or launching the application after plugging it in and seeing if that helps. The device down there that I just showed you has a strange kind of quirk that it needs to be being used by something to work. So what we find is we have to launch our broadcast software and then unplug that and plug it in again, and it works fine. So maybe just try unplugging and plugging it in again once you've got your software running. If not, talk directly to IK Multimedia about it. The trouble with Android phones is they're all different. You know, Apple stuff's all the same, so it generally works on one thing, it'll work on everything. But giving advice for individual, models of phone is very difficult on Android. So I hope that helps. Sorry, I can't be, can't completely solve it for you. What's a great entry-level camera for live streaming? Just use any Logitech webcam. Seriously, be fine. More questions. Do you have any tips for avoiding blocking on Facebook? No, we don't even bother with Facebook when we're doing music, so I have no tips. Milton on Facebook. Sorry about that, but that's, we're living what we preach. All right then. So I live in Dallas, Texas, says DJ Styles. Being able to watch your live streams makes me feel normal. I love that. You, Jamie Hartley, Mojax, DJ TLM, my favorite DJ Jazzy Jeff, you all keep me in the loop. Thank you. I love that. Make me feel normal. It does, doesn't it? It makes you feel normal just connecting with everyone. What's a good mic to use for live streaming, says John. If you're live streaming like chatting, this one. The Blue Yeti is awesome. You're not listening to me on this one. You're listening to me on this one. But the Blue Yeti is a lovely mic. If you want to DJ, you want to chat, then just get a mic that will plug into your DJ controller and just use that. And any dynamic microphone. Look for the word dynamic. Omnidirectional, which is everything, is not what you want. You want one which is very directional because it'll cut out all the background noise. And a Shure SM58 is the one we've got in the studio somewhere. It's been knocking around for years. And that's what we use. I hope that helps you, John. You're with Digital DJ Tips with me, Phil Morse. We're just doing any questions. As long as people are here, I'm going to keep chatting away to you within reason. So that's what we're doing. We're on YouTube. We're on our Facebook page. Unfortunately, we're not on our global DJ network. It's a bit 50-50 at the moment, whether that stream works. We are also on Mixcloud Live. So welcome to people on our very first Mixcloud broadcast. Hello to DJ Trainwreck on Mixcloud, who says this is the first time I've seen the new platform here. Yep, us too. Hi to DJ Dennis in France on Mixcloud and DJ RJ in Denver, Colorado as well, who's receiving us over there, as is Kevin in San Diego rather. So thank you. Our single figures number of people on Mixcloud, it is good to have you here. I think it's going to be the future. I DJ with just software using PC DJ Red with a mouse and keyboard, says Mark. So there you go. Or maybe you used to, Mark. Anyway, how do I make my controller respond faster when we plug it into a laptop? You look for what's called the latency settings in the software. And the latency settings will be a slider that goes up or down. If you put it to a lower number, it will respond faster. A higher number, it will take more time to respond, but it'll be more stable. So that is how you fix that one up. All right then. Michael says there aren't many cameras you can't use for a live stream for all you people asking camera questions. I've used a car dash cam, a cheap action cam from eBay, a PlayStation 3 iCam, and even my 3-year-old's pink toy digital cam. So there you go. All right then. Let's keep looking at the list of questions piling in here. I do need to find someone eventually to help me with these so that they can be pulling out the good ones without me scrolling through them. But hey, it's a good problem to have, scrolling through all the questions. Then it's just so good to hear you all chatting to yourself among each other, not needing me. That's what it's all about. It's easy to map Virtual DJ with your keyboard, says Julian. Yeah, it's really, really easy to map Virtual DJ. I've done it many times over many years. Okay, here's a good tip from Random Beats, answering a question from Mark. there's something called Innocent Switcher, which is a service for switching, for streaming inside your computer, for switching cameras and recording audio. And there's lots and lots of services like that. OBS is the most popular one. So, all right then. More questions. Thank you for responding with actual technical words, says Mark. I am terrible at explaining things. It's what we're here for. It's why we're teachers, Mark. All right then. Carl Cox taught that it's better to nudge with the pitch slider so it doesn't bend too drastically. There are lots of DJs, Laidback Luke included, who can do their whole manual beat mixing on just the pitch sliders. I think even Steve at Digital DJ Tips can. I've never learned to do that. Yes, it is the best way if you can do it, if you can master that advanced skill. All right then. Timothy is pointing out something awesome if you're bored at home, which is that Defected Virtual Festival is having a contest for DJs. You can do a 15-minute mix on YouTube and send it in. So that's awesome. How great is that? More questions. Keep your questions coming. You're with Digital DJ Tips. I'm just answering any questions today for a few more minutes longer. All right then. What's a very dependable USB flash drive brand? We love the Corsair Survivor flash drives, which are just bulletproof. That's the best way of describing them. I reckon they'd survive a nuclear blast. I really do. So the Corsair Survivor, you'll be able to know you've got the right one because it looks like this. I'm just putting an image on screen for you now. If you will bear with me, I will share my screen. There you go. Looks like that little one there. Let's make that a little bit bigger for you. That's a Corsair Survivor. Apparently Pioneer aren't so hot on those, but everyone else seems to not mind them. I suspect it'd work fine with Pioneer gear. But anyway, that's what we recommend. But if you want to recommend a USB stick or drive, please do so. And I will read them out before the end of this broadcast. How do you think social DJing will change the landscape of DJing, says Jose. I'm concerned for festivals and parties in general. It's a brilliant question. I don't think festivals and large-scale parties are coming back this year. I really don't. And I think we're going to change to far more mindful partying, if you like. I think smaller venues, I think lounge bars, I think table service, unfortunately, because personally I'm not into that stuff, is going to become more prevalent. I think masks out and about are going to become the norm. And I don't mean these big surgical masks. I just mean kind of quite trendy, covering your face so if you cough, you're not aerosoling whatever you might have or might not have into the air. Yeah, I think strange times are coming, but I don't think we're going to get back to normal anytime soon. I really, really don't. I think the last things that are going to come back are clubs. You know, restaurants will come back because everyone can seat apart and socially distance and stuff, but clubs, packed pubs, sporting events, I really fear for them. I really do. So if you've got any other views on that, please share them. I'd love to read them out. I recently got a Prime 4 and I moved from Rekordbox, says Rich on YouTube. Is there an option to turn the loop pad section into hot loops so they fire when pressed and not on and off? Well, there's certainly a way of doing it with cues because I just showed you how to do it then. I wonder if that would also work with the loops. I don't know. You'll have to experiment. But go into the settings and see if you changing the cue setting from momentary to trigger or back again will alter that behavior. I don't know, Rich. Have a go at that. I have an iPhone, says Jim, that doesn't have a 3.5mm jack. What can I use to make it usable for broadcasting my DJ sets? You can get an adapter from Apple. Use the Apple one that'll let you plug your headphones in. You know, the wired buds that have got a little microphone on them? If that microphone works all right, once you plug that adapter in and you hit record on anything on your phone, if that microphone works and you can tap it and say, hello, hello, and it's definitely that one, it's not your phone's microphone, that's brilliant. Then you just need one extra lead, which is a TRS to TRRS lead. I'll write it down for you and hold it up. And the best one is the Rode SC4. So you get this lead and you can then plug that lead in to the adapter that I just told you about. That's the one you want. TRS to TRRS. Get the Rode SC4. You plug that in to the adapter I just told you about, and then you get a lead to go from your DJ controller into that. If you look at all the leads online, you'll see what you need from what I just described. But the key thing is use the Apple adapter. Don't use any cheap one to get that headphone socket back. Test it. Once you've got that adapter, test it with wired headphones with a little microphone. If that works, get yourself one of those. And then you're going to need a lead to plug from your DJ controller into that as well. It's a hack. It is a hack. You're going to have to keep the volume quite low on that because it's expecting a mic input and you're sending in a louder input, but it does work. You know, really, an audio interface like the nice little Evermix or the iRig Studio we showed you a minute ago, or the Scarlett one we were talking about earlier, really that's the best way to go because it solves a lot of problems. But of course, it's what you've got and what you can afford, right? All right then, so I hope that helped you, Jim. Next question is from Danny, who says, where can I get some good samples and loops to incorporate into my mixes? Go to Splice, S-P-L-I-C-E, splice.com. Sign up. I'm sure they've got a month trial at the moment. Loads of stuff there. All right then. Just loads of you saying hello. I haven't got time to read out all the hellos, but I do really, really appreciate them. So thank you very much. It makes it all worthwhile. You're with Digital DJ Tips, me, Phil. Friday Q&A. Ask any questions. That's what it's about. If enough people enjoy this, we'll do it again next week and the week after that and so on. Yeah, just going live to help you guys and girls out. Give you something else to think about in lockdown from now on. See how it goes. All right then. So Paco says, I managed to get Tractor S2 controller going through OBS using Soundflower. If this is going over your heads, this is basically streaming talk. I can get the music through the headphones and my mix, but how do I get it out from the back of the controller? It's a great question. Normally in the settings in Soundflower, there's a switch that says allow monitoring or not. Look for that. I've got it in Loopback, which is the software I use. Without that, you're right, you won't be able to hear it. It does get very Wild West streaming. I remember 10 years ago with DJ controllers and stuff, that people were like, I can't get something different to come out of my headphones to the speakers. I can't get my headphones to work. You know, and you couldn't because they were so difficult to set up. And now, of course, they're easy. That's what's going to happen with live streaming. Live streaming is there at the moment. Remember when you first used email and you're like, what the hell is this? And now you don't even think about it. Live streaming is like it was when we first used it. All right, then. All right, so the next question is from Anthony, who says, sorry for joining late. We'll let you off, Anthony. What is going to be the norm, laptops or DJing from inside the controller? I think DJing from inside the controller is going to be the norm within 5 years. I think Pioneer gear will have it all built in. I think Denon gear's, getting very close. Yes, laptop DJ won't go away, but I think the norm is going to become, in the pro DJ booth, the norm already is DJing without a laptop, right? And always has been. But no, I think it's coming. I think it's coming for everyone. All right then, Murderous Mopeds, a great question. I've noticed Pioneer's latest record box is still not user-friendly for the visually impaired. Have there been any rumblings about improving the situation? Unfortunately, there haven't. And yeah, I agree. It would be lovely to have that. All right then, so Serena's asking a question that Serena thinks I cannot answer due to advertising issues. Well, I definitely could, whatever it was, Serena, because we don't have any advertisers. We are completely impartial here at Digital DJ Tips. However, we'll answer you that question underneath in the comments because I don't know what the question actually was. So, so sorry about that. All right then, the adapter works great with the iPhone along with a TRS to TRRS cable, says DJ Mario Luna, confirming what I was telling you a second ago. All right then. So more questions. I'm going to go away in a minute because you've been very patient to stick around for all this. Nikki's giving a shout about this. The Evermix box says I purchased it a fortnight ago. Brilliant piece of kit. You can easily share your mixes via their app to Mixcloud. I'll unbox this and show it to you. So this is a little box like this. You plug it into the back of your DJ controller and then you plug it into via the provided lead your phone. And then from there, you open the app on your phone or your tablet or whatever, the special app that Evermix has got, and it will let you record and stream your DJ set. I'm not sure if you can stream it, but you can record it and upload it straight away to Mixcloud and SoundCloud and all those other things. Really great little device for recording your sets, also good for streaming. So good. Glad to hear some thumbs up for that. All right then. Hi Phil, have you tried any more on Mixcloud Live? Says Mike. Yeah, we're live on Mixcloud at the moment, Mike. I'm thinking of going live at the weekend on this platform. Sorry if you've already discussed it, but I'm late. No problem. We're live on Mixcloud at the moment. If anyone wants to check us out there, djtips.co/Mixcloud is where you will get to our page. And lots of you are checking us out there. Hi to Want2DJ there. Want2DJ can't buy that Rode cable I was talking about. Get a generic one, as long as it's TRRF to TRS. This is the male plug. This is the one, the TRS one is the one that looks like that. right? It doesn't look like that. That's a normal. So the TRRS, let's get this right. The TRRS one, the one my hand's at now, has to be that one. That's the one that plugs into your phone. It looks a bit different to that. You probably can't tell on this camera. But it's got, instead of having 2 little black loops like this one, it's got 3 black loops around it. That has to be the TRRS. The other end is the female plug, so it's the one that would plug into, and that's the TRS version. If you buy the other cable, and there's the opposite is available, it doesn't work. The opposite is for plugging in microphones that are meant to be plugged in or into an iPhone or something, into like a camera or something like that. So it's got a slightly different use. So make sure you get the right one. But yeah, just get a generic one. All right then. So unless I can see something massively jumping out here that is different, you're all asking about streaming. You know, we've got so many videos on streaming. If you go to digitaldjtips.com/tag /streaming, /live streaming, you will see loads and loads and loads of videos on streaming that we've made. So that will help you with your streaming questions. Slippers the Split, I love that name, says, am I being blind? Mixcloud website, there's no option for watching people playing live. No, you have to have the link from Mixcloud in order to go to their page. So the idea is, right now, it's only in beta, the idea is that someone goes live, they grab the link and they share it on their Facebook and whatever, and you click on it, and that's how you get to their live stream. All right then, just one final check. Nope, I think I'm going to leave that there. Just one bit of feedback from Dennis on Mixcloud. He says it's 15 seconds before Facebook, not even behind. But there's been a few freezes here. I guess the buffering isn't quite sufficient on Mixcloud at the moment. All right then, I'm going to leave that there now. Listen, everyone who's joined us, thank you very, very much. This has been the first time we've done this. I didn't think I would talk without a break for an hour. I didn't think I'd be demonstrating how to manually beat mix live, and I didn't think we'd be jumping over to show you USB drives and stuff on the browser. But that's what this is all about. This is about live training. This is about answering any of your questions, and we're going to do it every Friday until you guys and girls don't turn up, or until we find a better way of sharing, helping you out, with the questions you're asking. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. I do hope you have a lovely weekend wherever you are in the world. Do stay safe, get good, stay in, and make the moments, people. And thank you very, very much, everyone who is just giving me thumbs up. And yes, I know the beard's getting long. I'm almost growing it as a protest against lockdown. But how long that continues, who knows? And a few of you are arguing about what I will say to read that out. I will say XZ and then correct it to XZ for all you people stateside. So that's how we are. Abby says, Phil, you're awesome. Thank you so much for all the tips. And so many of you saying thank you as well. We're just doing it to try and brighten your day, people. I sincerely hope your day is bearable wherever you are in the world. Right, I'm out of here. See you later. Have a good weekend. We're back on Tuesday, same time for Tuesday Tips Live, when I will be interviewing the boys from Mixcloud, all about Mixcloud Live. So turn up with your questions for them then. Till then, bye-bye.